And you watched me do it and everything.
Yes, I did. And we're recording.
Okay.
Hi.
It's going to be one of those days.
When isn't it one of those days when we record? It's like our crazy comes out.
There's that. My crazy was firmly tamped down, says the girl who just poked her belly button. So
yes. Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. See what I have to put up with?
Excuse me, you're the one who started recording while I was poking you in the belly button.
But you said any time now. I was just listening to you, doing as I was told.
Who are you?
Yeah, which is not very often, is what you're saying.
Who are you?
Oh, right.
No, we're recording a podcast here.
I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. Welcome to new and returning viewers. Remember, you can't take me anywhere.
Nope.
Saturday, February 13th, right?
Happy Deadpool Day! Woohoo! Sorry. I don't do Valentine's Day, so.
Our anniversary's on the 8th, so it's like, eh.
It's just a completely romantic week. She's like, yeah, right.
This is episode 146. Yeah, Deadpool. Okay. Some of the girls at Sean's work were like, oh, we have to go see it. Oh, we have to go see it. And he's like, I bet you they've been watching the commercials. Because it's not romantic. But all the little...
I know, it's hilarious. They've been billing it as a Valentine's movie, and which is awesome, because I would go see it for Valentine's Day.
But it's not your...
Yeah.
No. It's no Ryan Gosling. Just a different Ryan. I like him.
We have very different taste in men.
Yes, we do, and that's fine.
I'm Lynn, also known as Tollbaby. You can find us on our blog, which is twotangledskeins.com, YouTube, Twitter, Ravelry, and on Facebook. And you can find Sue and I on Instagram as Crafty Knitter 7 and Tollbaby. Mm-hmm. Well, you added the other thing. So
I did. I don't say this often, and I don't like to say this often, but
we're poor.
We have a donate button on the blog, so if you want to donate to the cause, is what I'm calling it, you know, shipping and other things.
Sending out prizes gets pricey.
Yeah, it does, especially from Canada. So if you want to donate, you can go to the blog and do so, and we would really appreciate it. So, how's your week? Well,
I've basically been feeling crappy for about a week because I haven't been eating properly and I haven't been sleeping enough and I need to get with it. I hadn't been to the gym all week. Ooh. So
that was a rude awakening at 1:30 a.m.
Well, no. I was so frustrated with myself because I kept coming up with excuses and stalling and
self-sabotaging.
Not going to the gym. So last night when I went to pick the boys up, because my son and his best friend went to see Deadpool last night. So when I went to pick them up at the movie theater at midnight, well, it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I dropped them off at my house and went to the gym because I was already in the car.
Good girl.
So I went to the gym at 1:30 in the morning last night.
But
this morning.
Advantages to a 24-hour gym. That's the reason you joined that one.
And there were only 2 other people there, and they were done with their workouts about 15 minutes into mine. So I had the whole place to myself. It was kind of nifty.
Oh, nice.
So I took advantage of the fact that nobody was there watching me, and I tried the elliptical.
Good for you.
And I managed 5 whole minutes.
That's a good start.
Yeah, considering the fact that previously I'd only ever been able to do 2 before feeling like I was going to have a heart attack.
Do 5 minutes for a while,
yep.
And then...
and then I'll work my way up.
5 minutes is 5 minutes. That's...
And they're just awkward for me. Like, that's not a natural motion for me.
You almost need, like, the, what's it called? The zebra? Or the...
Well, they have the one with the, like, the arms go too.
No, this one's different. The gazelle.
They have 2 different ones.
There's something called a gazelle, and it's supposed to be not as hard as an elliptical.
Yeah, we have those too, and I actually found those weirder.
Oh.
Because we have 2 different kinds, and I tried both of them.
Okay.
So we have 2 different kinds of ellipticals at the gym. We have the regular kind, like the big, huge, and then we have the little, teeny little ones. And I tried them both, and I didn't like the little ones.
I had an elliptical, and yeah, It was a clothing rack after a while. Because I'm not... I can't motivate myself
You're not
at
disciplined
home.
enough.
I can't motivate myself at home. I can do yoga.
You have breakfast on your shirt.
Where?
In the middle of the K. It's gone now. You just knocked it off.
Okay. You know what? My husband wouldn't be surprised.
Nope. Neither am I.
And I've been like procrastinating joining our gym, and when you think about it, it's $20 a month.
Yep.
So
they take it out of my bank account every 2 weeks, and it's like $8.95.
Well, I'm waiting till we're done with the cat visits at the vet, because she just had one on Thursday, and we're thinking of changing vets. But
I told you mine is awesome.
We did voice our concerns, so long story short, she went in for the day so that they can measure her glucose curve. Well, apparently her glucose curve, there was no curve. None. She stayed between 16 and 17 all day.
Weird.
So we upped the insulin.
Yeah.
So now we're upping the insulin for a week and we have to go back. But I've had really poor service from the front desk people. And, things like, oh no, the vet didn't tell you there was a potassium problem. And when the vet told me to my face there was a potassium problem. Not calling me back when they said they would. Because, diabetes, life or death.
Yeah.
So I voiced my concerns with the vet on Thursday night, and she was, she's not happy.
She needs a new secretary.
And it's like, this is life and death. Like, you can't
it's
mess
a big
around.
Deal. Yeah.
Like, I was just like, and basically told her if something like that happens again, we're going elsewhere. Because we weren't going to her as a vet. We were going to the previous vet, and she's taken over. So,
yeah.
Anyways. So, that's my rant.
No, right now, for instance, this morning, I came home from the gym. It was almost 3 a.m. And I was wired, of course, because I've just been at the gym. And I get home and I'm like, yes, I'm going to watch an episode of X-Files, get some knitting done. Nope. I walk in, there's a 17-year-old crashed on my couch. I'm like, well.
You forgot about that, did you?
I didn't realize they would be sleeping. They're usually, when Kyle comes over, they're up all night. So
I guess
I was just like.
Deadpool took it all out of them?
I guess so. So I tiptoed to my room and read for a few hours, which was probably not the best plan. But it was great because I was sitting up in bed with a heating pad across my back. It was so nice.
Heaven.
Some people like long, relaxing baths. Give me a heating pad any day.
I love my baths, but I did something to my back yesterday, and I think I passed out for about an hour on the couch out there. And Sean didn't even wake me for lunch. And then he's like, oh, I'm surprised you're awake. I'm like, well, Lynn's coming over. So, what you wearing?
Ha, this is my foe. Time for foes.
Mighty foe, mighty foe.
So, I finished this week. This is my hitchhiker.
Awesome.
I love it.
How many teeth did you get?
42.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow, you didn't think you were going to make it.
I wasn't sure I was going to have enough for a mini after.
Oh, right.
But I did, because it's right here.
Oh.
Nice. We'll get to that in a minute. So this is my hitchhiker. I'm going to take it off because the little Dickie Doo is still in here.
Sarah.
You've
converted
Sarah.
her.
Yep. This is where I was last week, so I did all this.
And it just got bigger and bigger.
It did. The rows just get longer as you go. So I was about... Where is it? Wow. I was about here last week. So I did all of this. Woo! And there goes my hat. This is the Hitchhiker by Martina Beam. I did it out of... I'm looking at yours. I did it out of Bittersweet Woolery Guilty Pleasures in the Shagalicious colorway. It is so soft and squishy. I love it. And it's just... I'm going to block it just to make the points even. Because I don't think I want to stretch it all that much more. This side doesn't have a lot of stretch to it anyway.
Well, you can still soak it and it'll bloom.
Yeah, but it really doesn't have a lot of give to it. So I don't want to stretch it all that much because I like it the length it is.
And you'll lose the definition, right, if you stretch too much.
Yeah, and I really like the way it turned out. I love the what's the word for this? It's not a tonal. Is this a variegated?
Yeah.
That's
a variegated.
Half
No,
and half.
that's variegated.
And I like the way it ended up kind of looking like linen stitch in the garter.
Yeah.
Just because of the variegation. So, I really love it. It's wonderful. So, I think no, Amanda wins the poop along. She finished hers first. She finished hers last week.
Did she?
Yeah. I don't win the poop along, but...
And what about Jen and Andrea?
They're not done.
Wow.
So, there are a whole bunch of us doing these. Michael from the Gay Knitter podcast is doing it. Is Mandy doing one? I can't remember if Mandy from Mandy Pinecone Crafts podcast is doing one.
I'm at a loss for that. I don't know.
Amanda from the Stitching You and More podcast is doing one. No, she finished hers. Jen from the Uncreative Crafter podcast and Andrea from the Cat Lady podcast were the ones who started this whole thing because they were knitting theirs out of Rachel,
poop.
who was Love Knots, her unicorn poop yarn. I did not use unicorn poop. I used Shagalicious, so I called it my Shagalicious poop shawl.
All I can see is Mike Myers.
Oh, with the coffee. Okay. So I didn't weave in my ends because I do want to block it a bit.
It's not done.
It is so.
You're not in Jen's group.
Yeah, I'm not in Jen's cabin. I don't care what Jen says.
It's not done until all the ends are woven in.
So, anyway, that's my hitchhiker. I really like the colors. And I had to send Sarah a picture of the stash because she was like, that's not orange. You can't claim that as orange. It's orange.
Oh, it's orange.
When you see it like this, it's just because if you look at it up close, it's more brown than anything
It's
else.
not. It's
There's a lot of brown, but it's orange. So, there you go. I got my orange for the February camp bonus points, and this goes around my neck, so I got that. Well, I'd already claimed those on my scarf, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so I need to do the around the neck one. Because
Yes.
I'm never going to finish those shawls. But I have a pattern for an around the neck cowl that I want to do out of the blue that I made my hat out of.
And I think I'm going to have to give up the designer points. Because I went through all 4 of the featured design. I went through all their patterns and just went, eh. There's nothing I love some of the really... Like, the shawls are gorgeous. And I really, really love them. But I don't really wear shawls. So
No.
I really don't want to get any more. I have 5 or 6 of them lying around the house that I don't wear because I knit them because they were pretty. And I don't see the point in knitting another big shawl if I'm not going to wear it. I mean, this is nice because it's small and it's narrow and I can wear it as a scarf.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't wear shawls. So I was looking at all the patterns going, yeah, there's really nothing in here that I want to make. Nothing that screams cast me on now. So, boo.
Oh. Speaking of designers.
Yes.
The designer of the Merrick hat is from Ottawa.
Is she?
Well, Selma swears that one of the girls at the Knitting Guild was the designer of that hat.
Amanda Schwab.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I
I
looked
didn't
it up.
think she was from
I
here.
looked it up, and it looks like the girl that was there. So I was like, huh.
I didn't know she was from here.
Neither did I. But anyways,
Amanda, if we're wrong, correct us, please.
yes.
I don't know if Amanda actually watches the podcast, but anyway.
Ah.
So you have no foes.
No foes to show.
I almost had 2, but I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So what you working on?
I may or may not have cast on socks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big surprise.
That 1 a.m. cast on that,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, uh-huh. So they're teeny weeny right now, because, toes.
Wait. Hang on. Gotta put my stitch back on my needle. Get over there. Go ahead.
Well, you told me to wait.
I'm sorry. Yes, I did. But go ahead.
Okay. So they're teeny weeny.
You'll understand in a minute.
Okay. And I blame it on Lynn and Selma.
I did nothing.
No, you knit this pattern.
Nope. Didn't do
Sorry
it.
for the crinkling.
Never did it.
So, Kick in the Pants by Lollipop Yarns. It's a free pattern. So that's what it looks like. And you basically, it's a slip stitch at the color changes, right? Because I'm not there yet. She's ignoring me because she's going for a sound
I'm
thingy.
sorry. I should have had this prepared before we started recording.
And this is Lollipop yarn in the Blarney colorway that Lynn gave me. So, what did you just do? Oh, great. Now we're going to have sound effects.
Nope, not today.
So yes, this is the Blarney colorway. And I'm doing them 2 at a time on 2.25 millimeters, which is a US 1.5? No, US 1. Yes. US 1.
I thought you'd already used that yarn.
I started it, but I started it from the ball, and it was 1 sock.
Oh.
So I'm like, no. And it's in one of my knot bags. It's my green sheep. They make me... Oh, sorry, my white sheep on the green background. Because they make me very happy. I likes it. Should I keep going?
Yep.
Okay.
Do I need to whip you again?
No, don't do it again. I'm sure they'll enjoy it, but don't do it again. Let's drop something.
Hey, guys! Ah, darn. I can't bang the shelf either because I'll knock it off the wall.
Yes. So I also knit a few squares on my scrap blanket, which is the Knitted Patchwork Recipe by Martine Ellis. Get it out. So I knit the green right here, which is Frankenstein.
I haven't done that one yet.
I cast on this one at the Knitting Guild, and it's the Teacup by Felici. Selma gave me a skein.
Some of that.
And then there's this one that I cast on. And I think this one is the Something Rainbows by You Who Knits.
I don't know. I don't know that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, 3 more squares. Look, I'm finally getting progress.
I'll show mine in a minute.
Now I need to move my dicky-doo. I'll do that after. And the next thing, I got a couple rows on my Fractal Danger, and of course I'm in the middle of a row. So this is the Fractal Danger by Martina Beam, and I am knitting it out of Fiber Optics. It's a gradient, so basically it goes from a really dark brown to like an orange crimson. Colors aren't coming out bad. So this is it, and yeah, I'm in the middle of a row. So basically it goes from a really dark chocolate brown into a lighter brown, and now it's into kind of like a reddish brown.
Don't dip it in your tea.
I'll try not to, because you know me.
That's why I said it.
And this is living in my bag from Andrea the cat lady. I loves it. So that's that. Did I work? No, I didn't work on that. That's it.
And now I'm mid-row. Thanks.
Of course you are.
Entertain people.
Entertain people.
You never showed anybody that bag.
Oh, this bag, sorry. This one is from Girl with the Rabbit, and I got it in a kit. And I also got a small little Notions coin purse out of the same fabric when I saw it in her shop. So, yes.
Stall longer.
Stall longer.
I'm 4 stitches from the end. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Don't say you're
So
sorry.
what I'm drinking?
Don't be sorry. Be quiet.
I'm drinking Caesar's tea. It is coconut chai. And this is something I picked up at our local grocery store. And it's from Montreal, Quebec, I think. Yes,
It
Montreal.
tastes lovely.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
really,
have some too.
really, really good. So, it's tea.
I just needed the caffeine from the Diet Coke because my head's starting to hurt.
Yeah, this is a medium caffeine.
I will start with my blankie because it's in my hands. I added 2 squares and I just started a 3rd one this week. So this right here, nope, there. This is my, damn it, I just said it too. Bittersweet Woolery's Guilty Pleasures Shagalicious. So this is one of the leftovers from my
Hitchhiker.
I can't brain today. Like, the whole front of my head is just going... So words are not coming out because they're all stuck right in there. So this is one of the leftovers, and Jen gets the rest, so...
Lucky you.
Because there wasn't enough to make another full-size mini out of, so...
Not that I don't have that colorway myself.
I was going to say, you have some.
Mm-hmm.
You can't complain. And above that, this lovely dark tealy blue sort of color is Dragonfly Fibers Pixie in the Kelpie colorway. And that is from our friend Kathy. And, of course, yes, the one I'm working on. Yee.
It's blue.
This lovely aqua that matches my nails that I'm working with right now is Araucania Huasco Sock, and the colorway is called 124 Tonals. I think it's it's tonal number 124, I think, and that's also from Kathy. So that's my blankie, and it is based on the knitted patchwork recipe by Martine Ellis and the memory blanket by Georgie Halam, on size 2.75 millimeters, which is a US 2. There we go.
Cool.
I dropped the hat.
Yes, you did.
I can't remember what I'd come up with as an acronym now.
Something uncle.
It's my... No, I don't think it was uncle. It was something called Ken. But anyway, it's my... the cold hat. By... well done. Nitty or Nice is the designer name. It's a hat that I'm doing as a commission for a friend of ours. And it's supposed to be Intarsia, which I didn't realize when I downloaded the pattern. I've never done Intarsia. I have no idea how to do Intarsia.
Isn't Intarsia just color work?
Intarsia is when you have a shape in the middle of, like, one color block in the middle of another color, so you don't strand it. But... to be honest, there are so many little blocks. I wasn't going to make myself 50,000 little skeins. It wasn't going to happen. Because A, I didn't know how big the skeins needed to be. And I'm stranding it. Because I'm lazy and I didn't want to learn a new technique for a commission.
You're not worth it, Mike.
Well, no, I figured this would be warmer anyway because the stranding gives it a double layer. So it'll be warmer for him anyway, and he's bald, so he needs that. I'm a little annoyed, though, at the disparity between the white yarn and the red yarn, because one is much, much bulkier than the other.
And they're the same yarn.
No, they're not. I figured that out later. The white is Cascade 220 Superwash Aran in colorway 871, which is white. And the red is Cascade 220 Superwash Worsted.
Oh, you bought the wrong one.
In colorway 1921, which is apparently persimmon, which puzzles me because persimmons are orange. And this yarn is very, very decidedly red. I'll show you the ball. Because it ain't orange.
That's not orange.
And at the same time, this is living in my Bling Your String bag. So, this is red.
Oh.
It's showing up a lot brighter there. It's not that bright. It's a brick red. Persimmon. I don't know. I mean, I eat persimmons. They're orange. But the size disparity between the yarn in the white skein and the yarn in the red skein is ridiculous. It's almost like I'm knitting with worsted and sport. Or I said this when I used Cascade 220 worsted last year to knit the TARDIS toque for Emily.
But it wasn't really a worsted.
It's not worsted. It's not even close. It's at most a DK, but it's closer to sport. It's a very, very fine yarn, and it really annoys me because the Aran is closer to a worsted. This is more what I'm used to as a worsted, but this one is a lot denser than the worsted is. The worsted is a lot airier, and I'm finding it really annoying to knit with the two of them together. which is disappointing, and I'm almost tempted to go back and buy some red in the Aran.
See, that's what I would do.
But they didn't have a really, really bright red, and I was trying to match his sweater. The other thing that annoyed me was the Aran weight, although it's more expensive than the worsted. It only has 150 yards. This has 220.
So you almost need 2 Aran or 2 worsted.
I'm slightly annoyed. But we'll get through it because it's a commission and I love Mike, so. See that, Mike? So that is being knit on size 4.5 millimeter needles, which is the US 7. And I started this on Thursday and worked on it Thursday and Friday. So it's
not bad.
Not too bad.
And with our winters, she's got plenty of time.
It is minus 40 today. Which, I don't care if you live in the United States or Canada. It's minus 40.
I drove my son to work this morning, and I'm like, yeah, someone will pick you up at 3. He's like, oh, thank God. I mean, it's only a couple blocks, but it's freaking cold.
It's minus 40. It's insane.
So basically, those mitts that say bleep the cold?
Well, the hat. Hat,
too.
Not the hot.
No, but
we're hoping that the hat makes you hot.
But there's mitts that say...
Oh, are they too?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I saw those. Yeah, brain. Ow.
It's Shark Week.
Yeah, for both of us. And my daughter.
And my daughter.
We're all synced up and it's awful.
Poor boys in the house.
I have no sympathy for Kyle.
See, because of course, I say that and my husband's like, oh, that's why you've been bitchy. Oh, wait, you're always bitchy.
Oh.
And my daughter's like,
I was in a crabby mood on Monday. And I was like, when's my period due? Next day. Yeah. So I called Robin. I'm like, I know why I was crabby last night. I'm sorry. Because, yes, I do get abnormally crabby just before maybe.
My daughter was like,
more abnormally crabby.
You just called her a bitch. And he's like, it's us.
Yeah, well.
And he just walked away.
Rob does not call me that. Not if he wants to live.
I threw the bag I had in my hand at him and told him to finish cleaning the litter.
So I have a third whip.
Whip? Where's that?
Oh, it's fine. I have to unlock my phone first.
Whips and chains.
And go into the app.
Well, you should have left it open.
And scroll all the way. I did leave it open. Unfortunately, that app exits. Okay, I'm not doing this right now.
You have to put up with me.
I'm not doing this right now. I started something else. And I can actually show it. I got permission.
Good. Oh, darn.
I was going to bring my gauge swatch and just show you that, because it's pretty. But, so I'm using my little needle keeper from Sue. My little foxy one that she made me.
Foxy.
And it lives in my exploding TARDIS bag, which I love. This is a test knit for T-Gale Designs, who is our friend Teresa. She designed, she's got several hat and mitten and sock patterns already available. She's actually one of our featured designers for the month of March in camp. And she has designed a new sock pattern, which I am testing for her. Because I have big ass feet.
I didn't even know.
I know because I was at Knit Night with her the other night, so.
You went Friday?
Not this last Friday.
Okay.
So, this is the sock pattern. It is called the Rectangular Socks. There's not much to show you just yet. But, it will be coming out probably the first or second week of March, which means, unfortunately, I can't claim these as my designer points for March. Because the design would have had to have come out before the beginning of the month and been available to all the campers. But that's okay, because I have a few of her other patterns, and I'll just make one of those. So, but this does count for my yellow and green, although I don't think I'm going to wait till March to finish them. So I'll just have to come up with something else. Yeah, they're the Rectangular Socks. It's T-Gale Designs. They're knit out of Juliana's fiber. Duh. Lucid Dreams self-striping sock yarn in Tulip Festival. I love it.
Pretty much, yep.
And yes, those they're that bright, but they're not as obnoxiously bright as the other socks. The other socks have not seen any love this week because these are commissioned. They have a deadline, so mine can wait. I'm not in a rush to finish mine, so they'll get finished when they get finished. So I'm really, really enjoying knitting this pattern. It's a lot of fun. One of the things I like about Teresa's patterns, Teresa has a degree in mathematics, which translates a lot to her knitting. Mm-hmm. She likes to use math in her designs, and that's where the Fibonacci came from, her wanting to make a shawl representation of the Fibonacci sequence curve. So it's her designs are usually pretty cool. So I'm really enjoying doing this one, and I'm doing the large size because she has a small size and a large size, and it is on size 2.5 millimeter needles, which is a US 1.5. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. And I forgot to show earlier, but my scrappy blanket is currently living in my You Sew and Sew bag, I think. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was trying to find the tag. You Sew and Sew bag. And my little kit that I use for the blanket squares, because I have the needles and the scissors and the darning needle and the stitch markers and all in here, is one of my little needle keepers from Mandy Pinecone, who is Mandy Pinecone Crafts podcast.
Yeah, she made me this one.
I have a bunch of hers.
It's cute.
They're adorable. So those are all my whips.
Cool. And I'm putting my socks away because I forgot an increase, and I'm not going to mess with that right now.
Oh, you don't want to increase while recording?
No, I missed one.
Oh.
Sorry, I need to get comfortable because my back is killing me.
Just don't break the couch.
I'll try not to.
Although it's your couch, so I don't know why I care.
True. So that's it? Whip's done?
Yep, whip's done. I didn't work on the blanket. I didn't work on anything this week other than the hat and the socks.
Flash the stash.
I have no stash.
Mine is patterns again, of course, and something I made.
Flash it, baby.
Yep. So the spring 2016, try not to get a glare, interweave knits came out. And there is something that I like, that the pattern is not in the book, but I need to have.
That's irritating.
No.
They show designs in ads that you can get the pattern from whoever's advertising. I always found that really irritating.
Anyways, I am in love with this.
It is pretty.
Yeah. It's called the Chevron Tunic pattern. Yeah, I'm loving it. And
it's by what company?
The yarn is by Be Sweet. I don't think the pattern is by Be Sweet. I didn't.
But it's free with the purchase of the yarn.
Yeah, so. Not free if you don't purchase the yarn. I wouldn't know where to get that yarn.
Well, there's a website right on the ad.
Oh, besweetyarns.com.
Jeez.
Because hey, I'm not going to go through it. It's an okay issue. Not in love with it. Not like the last one that it was like amazing. Okay, so Marcia, who is Fairy Little on Ravelry, and her name is Marcia Ibuki. I think that's how you pronounce the last name. She meant to gift me this pattern like way back in June when she published it. And this is called the Okanagan Orchard, and Okanagan Valley is
it's in British Columbia.
It's in British Columbia. It's very, very pretty.
Very good wine area.
Yes, very good wine area. So that was one. Then there's the Diamond Weave hat pattern, which I was just like, oh, I love it. And who's it by? I don't like that when they don't put their names on the front. Actually, I have the names here. By Nancy Wilson, who is Nancy Knits. So this is what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? This is Facebook. I'm in a Facebook group and it's like free patterns galore. Cherry Blossom Cowl by Assorted how do you say that? Musings?
Where? Oh, Assorted Musings, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Assorted Musings. And there's another picture I wanted to show.
That's the Cherry Blossom Cowl. It's by Maggie Murphy.
Yes, Maggie Murphy. I wanted to show the actual, without showing the pattern, but the stitch a little bit closer. Kind of cool. Lilac Leaves Scarf and Shawl. I think I've shown this before. This is by our friend Jessica, who's Jessica T. Stern.
Who's the Sarah Nova Crafts podcast.
Yeah, and she's Sarah Nova
on
Ravelry.
And this segs into a giveaway we're doing.
Yes. So this is it here.
Because Jessica has generously given us a copy of the pattern to give to one of you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's charted and written, which is really good because I charts and I don't get along. And it uses 400 yards of fingering. Yeah. So that's a giveaway that we're going to be doing. And the prompt is, do you prefer scarves or shawls and why? I always like to know why. You must be a member of the group. 1 post per person and no chat. There was the last giveaway we did, we had to delete a couple people because they hadn't followed the rules. So
yeah, well,
fair warning.
Basic rule in almost any group in Ravelry is you have to join the group if you want to participate in their giveaway.
And I ear burned her.
Yeah, I know.
So you know what? I tried. And this is something Lynn doesn't know about that I'm going to talk about. Basically, I've been watching Inside Number 23, which is a new podcast. She sews, she knits, and she is just plain absolutely adorable. Her name is Katie, and she's, what's her name on Ravelry? Miss Lavelia on Ravelry. And she came up with this point system for her sewing and her knitting or whatever craft she's doing that will enable her to purchase yarn, but she has to earn the points. So she's calling it 50 points for Gryffindor. Why? Because she loves Harry Potter. That's the only reason she's calling it. So I've kind of tweaked it a bit on my own, and I've given socks would be 2 points, hats would be 2 points, gloves and mittens would be 2, shawls 4, sweaters 5, and like ornaments or little tiny projects like dishcloths and stuff would be 2. And then for my sewing, I've decided to go with DPN holder is 1, a small bag 2, medium bag 3, large bag 4, and circular needle case 6. And I will be showing you a circular needle case. And then it goes into my cross stitching and stuff. So it's basically I just made a spreadsheet. And so
we all know how you love your spreadsheets.
I do. I just haven't really come up with what is my point value to enable me to bring a skein of yarn into the house. Katie does 10. So I haven't figured that out yet, but I will. Which brings me to a circular needle case that I made at a request of a friend. The stickers, the labels are not going to stay on. I know that for a fact. So this...
It's a prototype.
Yep, it's a prototype. It's a circular needle case. Basically, there's sewn lines across, and it's doubled so that this panel covers all the back of the sewing. It has a handle. And then there's a ribbon. The reason I put a ribbon was if you want to travel with your circular needles, what you'll do is your needle will go through, wrong way, your needle will go through and hang. But if you take the tips of each needle and fold them in, then you can roll it. And that's what the ribbon is for. So, yeah, this was made for a friend. And I just want to get people's advice. Are you interested in something like this? Because it's very time consuming. And not a lot of people out there make them. I saw one from another Canadian sewist. And I tweaked it to make it look my own. I didn't want to like blatantly copy hers. So, yeah. If you're interested in this kind of thing, give me feedback. What would you pay for one of these? Because I know they go for what, 40 or 50?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just it's not the amount of fabric, it's the amount of time that it takes. So this one is for my friend Diane. And yeah, that's my stash. Next section.
Boob tube.
Boob tube. I have been watching the podcast In a Snit for a very long time, and that was with Christy, who is Chris Loves Wool, and Sarah, who's Mrs. Shu. For reasons known to them and not being able to connect, to be able to record, they've decided to split up and do their own thing. And Christy has kept In a Snit, and she calls it In a Snit with Chris Loves Wool. And Sarah is doing a audio podcast which is called Cultivate and Create. And I've listened to both of them, and I think Christy's going to do just fine. I'm just still...
But Sarah?
No, that's not it. Sarah's just starting the audio one out. I mean, she's got. I think her following. She'll get the followers from her other podcast. There's no doubt about it. She's really good. The only thing I'm having a problem getting into audio podcasts.
I can't do audio podcasts because I need the visual stimulation.
Yeah, that's what I'm lacking, and it's like, it's not because you don't knit well or you don't make nice things or your voice doesn't sound like. They can have all of those things, but I'm missing the visual. Yeah, that's just me.
I tried to listen to a couple of visual ones and audio ones, and having to go to their blog to see the images of what they were talking about was really irritating for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
a couple of times I've gone into the Ravel group, look at the show notes, look at the pictures, and then listen, and then I can kind of get a visual.
Yeah.
But I'm having a really hard time with it.
Too high maintenance for me.
Yeah.
I have a short attention span.
But speaking of audio, I'm listening to my first audiobook. And I like it. And, it's nothing but trash that I'm listening to. It is...
Are you listening to smut?
Shopaholic.
Oh.
That's kind of trash, right? It's
it's
or is it chick lit?
It's chick lit.
Okay, chick lit. So I'm listening to it, but what I'm liking about it is the English accent. So I'm at like chapter 8, and I'm like, if I listen to this whole thing, it's gonna be awesome. So I got the 30-day trial. It's gonna be good. So that's those two. Wool Gathering podcast with Natasha, who is Natasha LeBlanc, and Meredith, who is Mario Shop. Sorry if I butchered that. Apparently they're Canadian from the East.
Okay.
And I haven't...
Did they have the accents?
I haven't watched them yet.
Oh.
I just
what do you mean you haven't watched them yet? Why are they on here?
I watched like 5 minutes and thought I'm going to catch up. I just wanted to see the...
Because you know what I would really love? Be to watch a podcast from Newfoundland. I love that accent.
And then we have Naughty Knitwits with Leslie, who is Leslie76, and Michelle, who is OCD Knitwitch. And Michelle is my swap partner in the podcaster swap that Spicy Homemaker put together. So basically, she's got a whole bunch of podcasters to swap amongst ourselves because we're always doing things.
Yeah,
together.
She sent me an invite to that, and I felt really bad, but I'm really terrible at mailing things.
She actually said to me, she's like, I already asked Lynn, and she said this, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. She's like, you know what? She was honest.
I don't do swaps because, I'm broke.
Who was your swap partner for us, our group?
I had Mandy, and Andrea had me.
Yeah, so luckily Mandy got a package.
Well,
because we packaged it up together here.
That's why I made you help me, because I'm really bad at mailing stuff. I never mail stuff on time.
There's a reason I mail everything for the podcast.
Yes, there's a reason Sue mails everything.
She's like, I give you cash, you do it.
Yeah, because I know it's one of those things that I'm just really bad at.
I've got a system when I do it, and when I go to the post office, if it's anything in the U.S., it's labeled, the forms are filled out, like it's like clock. When they see me coming, they know she's got everything ready, and it's like I'm not filling things out at the counter like some people, and I want to strangle them.
I'm one of those people.
Okay, but do you show up with 10 packages that are not ready?
No, of course not, because I don't mail stuff.
Exactly.
It's not that I don't love you guys. I would love to be able to participate in swaps and
you know
send
yourself
cool stuff
and you're
out,
honest.
but I'm really, really bad at it, and I don't want anybody to be disappointed. So,
well, I agreed to do this one, but I was in 2 swaps just recently, and I'm kind of done for a while because I just felt really stressed.
And it's getting really expensive for us. Our dollar is in the toilet right now.
Your toilet is flushed.
Yeah,
it's not in the toilet; it's gone.
So it was kind of funny because we were talking about this last night on the VKN, and Amanda was saying that something that was like $40 for us or
It's like
50 something odd dollars for
like
us
30?
was like 40 and shipping for her. Like 40 with the shipping included. So something that I would pay $50 plus shipping. She gets for $40 and the shipping's included. I'm like, ah. So all those yarn stores in the States who are wondering why I stopped buying from you.
You can't even buy from Canadian sellers half the time because they
Canadian
charge...
shipping is crazy.
It's in US dollars and the shipping is crazy. There is somebody recently that I saw, Penguin Soup. She has flat rate shipping.
Sweet.
Yeah, she's in Ontario now.
I still can't afford your yarn. I'm sorry, I'm unemployed.
No, but I'm saying she has flat rate shipping, like $5 or $6.
Yes.
So if I'm gonna buy yarn, I'm gonna buy yarn from someone like that.
But the good news is I have a job interview this week.
What? You didn't tell me.
I have a job interview on Thursday.
Which one?
It's a provincial job.
Census?
No, it's with the Youth Services Bureau for Ontario.
Ooh,
yeah.
That could be really interesting. So did you apply it on a website or?
I got it off of Peter's New Jobs.
Okay.
It's a website that serves Ottawa and Toronto, and what they do is they mail you on a daily basis. They email you all the new jobs that have been posted for the region.
Is this the site that you said if you go on, sometimes you get really creepy stuff, and if you don't, then
no, Indeed was the one where I got the scam.
Okay.
It was weird. I applied for a job on Indeed, and it turned out to be a total scam. And yeah, I got another call on Thursday to go in for a job interview on Friday. And the guy was really quick to get me off the phone too. Like, he really didn't want to give me any details over the phone. And he was really quick to hang up. So I was a little skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
So I Googled, I looked up because he told me the company name and I'd never heard of it. But Rob has heard of it, weirdly enough. It was Primerica, which is a company that does
an insurance company, and
they do insurance and mutual funds and things like that, but it's multi-level marketing.
And it's commissioning. It's like highly based on commission. And
I was just like, what part of I've been an admin assistant and a project manager for the last 20 years made you think that I would want to do this? So you
didn't apply for it.
I didn't apply for it. They called me because they found my resume online. So I called them back and said, okay, look it. I don't appreciate the underhanded tactics of just not answering any of my questions and not telling me what the job is. I would not have accepted the interview if you had told me what it was. So I'm not going to waste my time driving across town and sitting in a 1-hour presentation for something I don't want to do. And I'm not going to waste your time. So, bye. Don't call me again. I've had some bad experiences with multi-level marketing. I know it works out for some people, but I've had some really bad experiences. And this...
You had all the wrong feelings about it.
It gave me a really Amway feeling. Oh. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody who's involved with Amway, but I got involved with Amway when I was 19, and it was a nightmare. First of all, it's one of those things where we were told to never say the word Amway until after we had done the presentation, which really bothers me because I feel like I'm lying to people. And that was how we got into it. We sort of got suckered into this presentation, and it was just spend money on this, spend money on that, spend money on this, spend money on that. Oh, but you'll make lots of money. No, we lost about $7,000 on it.
You're 19.
And I was 19. I was a student. I couldn't afford that kind of money. But my fiance at the time was always just like, no, we just need to go a little bit longer and we'll start seeing some success. Yeah, we never did. So I have a problem with multi-level marketing. I think that people who have a charismatic personality can be really good at it. I don't.
And you go in and you need to go in knowing what is expected of you.
Exactly. And if you have the type of personality where you can really make it in sales, you're charismatic, you can convince people to do things, great. I'm not one of those people.
And also lie. You don't want to be able to lie.
Well, they never come out and say we want you to lie, but
they're saying don't say this.
The group that I was in was somewhat underhanded in the way they did things. Because the company will never condone lying to people, but a lot of the
just
groups,
withhold the truth.
It really bothers me. Yeah. So when I found out it was multi-level marketing, I was just like, nope. But
you did the adult thing. I'm not going to waste your time or mine.
Yeah, because I was just like, I feel like I've been sort of misled here with this phone call, and I'm not gonna.
But at least you have an interview.
I have a real interview on Thursday
with another company, like real people.
And I'm still waiting to find out how the census exam went. I'm pretty sure I aced it, but I'm still waiting for word back on that one. So I have 2 possible jobs in the offing. So if I do have a job, then maybe there will be festivals in the spring. Maybe.
Sorry, I cut my finger, and of course...
You keep sticking the needle into it?
Exactly.
You're not supposed to poke the needle through.
I know. I'm sorry, Stephanie.
we took a speed knitting class with the Yard Harlot a couple of years ago.
Oh, and I got scolded.
And you know how when you're knitting, you tend to push the needle through with your finger?
Like this.
It's a wasted motion. We don't need... Because obviously the needle got through the first time without help. So you can pull it back through without help, too. But
it's a bad habit.
It's a habit. Just put the knitting down.
Okay.
Put the knitting down.
Okay.
Every time she does a stitch, ow. So, yeah.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Anyway, that was a little bit of non sequitur. Sorry.
That's okay.
Shop news.
That was my...
Oh, you already did that.
Did that. Been there.
Fine. Fine.
Okay, so, save your pennies. Katie contacted me from Nekazuki Knits and has extended or given us a new coupon code for 10% off until...
February 29th.
No, that one's not new. Sorry, the next one's new. Sorry, confused, reading the wrong line. Katie has a coupon for 10% off till February 29th. Don't mind me.
Which is actually a day this year. Woo!
So it is the capital letters 2 Tangled and the number 10. This is the new one.
New one is Morgan of One Hook Double Stitch. We had a coupon code from her last month. On Etsy, she has a new coupon code for 10% off until March 31st. Winter 2016.
Darlene of Bags by Awesome Granny, ongoing coupon code 10% off, the number 2, TS10. And you're still in the talks about a giveaway with her.
Easter.
Perfect.
Easter.
It's because she contacted me and I'm like, Lynn, can you contact her?
She's like, I've got too much stuff going on here. You do this.
I asked.
I know, you did. Lisa, you just wanted me to... Lisa of... Shush you. She's setting off the minions. I think it's stuck. So she sets it off again. God, woman. Are you done? She's gonna end up peeing herself. Okay, go. I think maybe your husband would hug me if I made you pee on camera. Anyway, Lisa of 6 Munchkin Stitching.
Woohoo!
I said it. Has an ongoing Etsy coupon code. Well, an ongoing coupon code for 10% off. Words 2 Tangled 10. So TWO Tangled 10. Are you okay now?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Hurry up! I want to make this under an hour.
We're done. We're done.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, what I did want to mention was the giveaway is going to be drawn next Saturday. Because the last giveaway somebody entered and I was like, I'm sorry, it's closed.
2 days after we had closed the thread, they'd given
She's
away.
Like, I can't find the thread anywhere. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's because it's gone.
So
we're done.
Next time.
Dun 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 dun.
Done. Guess we should go now.
Yeah. Before my head explodes.
Okay. Have a good week.
Bye.